Hey everyone, here with your New Year's Outer World News. I just want to wish everybody a happy New Year's. I hope everybody was safe. Hopefully, nobody went out and done too much dumb stuff during the New Year celebration. We are now officially in 2022, folks, and just wanted to, wish you all blessings. Wish you all grace and mercy in this 2022 year. And hopefully, good tidings and many blessings come your way. Also, just want to get into a couple things here news-wise here in a minute. But before I do, I just wanted to say that if you guys right now are in Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, where I'm at, Arkansas, just keep an eye out right now for flash flooding, but also there is actively two tornado warnings, one in Kentucky, one in Tennessee. We're having another tornado outbreak, folks. This is just crazy. This weather is crazy. I mean, it's like day after day after day after day of just constant tornado outbreaks, and I've never seen anything like it, folks. This is just crazy. Is it weather warfare? Is it God's way of trying to get our attention? Who knows? But it's definitely interesting to see this constant train of rain that's just been battering us up and down through Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia. I mean, it's just been crazy to see this. But anyway, if you guys are in the warned areas, pay attention. Of course, you know the drill. Seek shelter. Get to the lowest level floor of your home, to the center of your house. Stay away from windows and exterior walls, and have a plan of action ready. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. Here's some space weather. The KP index right now is currently at a 4, so we are experiencing a moderate solar storm due to an M-class flare. The severity of it is possibly could be at a 40% at a high latitude. So just go ahead and pay attention to that. There could be some radio blackouts. The aurora borealis will not be seen too far south from the northern hemisphere or too far north from the southern hemisphere. But the hemispheric power is above 50 gigawatts right now, so it's not too bad. It's moderate. Solar wind right now is at 473 kilometers per second. And that is seen to, they believe, is going to increase just ever so slightly over the next few hours. So we'll definitely go ahead and monitor that. Interplanetary magnetic field is at a 9.48. The northern hemisphere is at a 5.38. In the southern hemisphere, I believe, it was here. The southern hemisphere is also showing as well. Moderate storm, as you can see here. So the disturbance is definitely there. So just want to give you guys that update as we're currently going through geomagnetic storm. Let's move on to the next story here. Just bear with me with this phone here. Iran launches rocket into space amid nuclear talks. If you all been paying attention to the news lately, you have probably seen that Russia has been firing off a lot of rockets lately. China has been firing off a lot of rockets lately. The United States has been firing off a lot of rockets lately. And I think it's funny and kind of weird that we have this DART mission, all these near-Earth objects that have been flying by recently. There's been a huge uptick in near-Earth objects, including fireball reports and UFO reports. So definitely something to monitor here. We have this comet that is swinging around the sun here in the next few days. And just a lot of random things taking place out there in space. Now, we know the Bible says that there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. And upon the earth's distress of nations, nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. We know that right now the nations are in distress. This COVID pandemic has really suffocated and tightened a lot of our resources. and it has caused a massive supply chain crisis globally, to the point to where you are having Dutch ships that are supposed to be delivering natural gas to Russia or China that are being reverted back to Europe, turning around, not giving China what they had purchased, but instead taking what China had purchased and had been waiting on back to Europe because of their energy crisis. Now, Europe gets a lot of its natural gas from Russia. Unfortunately, Russia has taken their natural gas pipelines and reversed the flow back into their country. Now, what started World War II for Japan? Oil embargoes, lack of supplies for energy. Now, we do know that these types of things can spark turmoil and chaos. And if this continues, it will get to the point of war. So just pay attention, folks. I believe that war is coming. Though the lamestream media has told us that there is peace and safety now because Putin and Biden talked and everything is hunky-dory, peachy. Looks great. 10,000 troops turned around, but yet there's still 194,000 troops on the border of Russia. Yada, yada, yada. But 10,000 turned around. Things look good. Not the case, folks. Just got to weed through it here, and I'm going to show you guys some things here in a second. But let's move on to the next story here. 2 rockets fired from Gaza Strip toward central Israel. This happens every time around New Year's and also around Ramadan in June. So we know that these things will take place. We never know how long they'll last or escalate. Usually they last about a week or two. Rockets are fired at Israel. Israel gets ticked off. They go in, they kick some butt, and then everything goes back to normal. So we'll just have to wait and see here. Just as always, keep Israel in your prayers. Keep the people over there in your prayers, the innocent people that suffer because of these wars. Keep them in prayer, especially the women and children that are over there that are stuck in the middle of this political nonsense. So there's that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next story here. Retired general warns U.S. military could lead coup after 2024. Yeah. So if we don't end up in World War III, we're going to end up in a civil war. It's coming. Regardless of what we think, this is going to happen, folks. Nothing to fear. If you're in the Lord, these things have been foretold. Just prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and especially spiritually. Always have a plan of action ready, bug out bag, have tools to barter with, hard assets, because cash is not going to be worth anything here in the future. All a note is a paper debt note, and it's not going to save us when times become rough and those notes become worthless. So, just always have a plan of action ready, and have a bug out bag. But anyway, they're dividing us, and they're going to continue to perpetuate this and push this agenda of theirs for the United Nations Agenda 21 for the global 21st century to usher in their one world government, their smart cities, and all these other things that they have planned. I will have videos in the future soon, as Brother Paul has donated to me rather generously. I should be getting my laptop out here soon, and when I do, I will put together some really amazing videos for you all, like I used to with my End is Near series. And also, I have a lot of research of things that I've studied over the years that I can't wait to get to you all. About the Nazi agenda, how the United Nations was formed through Adolf Hitler and Gunther Schwab's vision, how Gunther Schwab also worked with Al Gore and many others in perpetuating the global warming agenda that would be utilized to steal and seize control of all the global resources due to the threat of climate change. So definitely cannot wait to get into that with you guys and show you guys everything that I've found in research over the years. And so there's that. Let's move on to the next. Biden to speak with Zelensky as U.S. warns against Russian invasion of Ukraine. See what I mean? This was just posted yesterday on New Year's Eve. So it looks like the talks failed, huh? They had the talks Thursday. Yesterday was Friday. And look, U.S. is warning that Russia's invasion of Ukraine is probably coming. So, yeah. They're not going to stop. This is going to happen. And the fact that the media thinks that they can blow smoke up our you-know-what and think that, oh, well, everybody's just going to sit here and take this? No. Thank God that my subscribers on my channel, that you are faithful followers of Christ, most of you, and others have enough intelligence to understand what is happening, those in whom aren't saved, that I pray one day are saved. But those on the channel that know the truth, understand what's happening around them. They're not stupid. They're free thinkers. They're independently minded. They don't need to be told how to think. Everyone that understands and knows what's going on sees the tide coming. Okay? They know that the waters are receding and there is a tsunami inbound. Other people are just like, hey, why is there random fish here on the seashore before the tidal wave comes and wipes them clean? Those are those that are running around right now following the entertainment industry, all of your political pundits on TV that tell you how to think and feel. And those people are like, well, Don Lemon said, or so-and-so said. Who cares what they say or what they think? Think for yourself. Do your own research. Weed through the nonsense and see the truth. The truth is out there for those who seek it. But yeah, this is about to get bad. And this is what I really want to show you guys here. This is a TikTok video. World War III alert. Russia and Ukraine situation bad, guys. Breaking news. There are nearly 300,000 Russian soldiers heading to or at the border of Ukraine right now. See this? I told you guys about this the other day, that there's about 300,000 troops heading to the border. That's about what they would need to invade Ukraine. There's already 194,000 sitting there right now, so that would give them close to about 500,000 troops. That would give them a very powerful force, not just to invade Ukraine, but for an all-out blitz on Europe. Putin's had plans of this for years. He wants to reestablish the glory of the USSR. And what better time than now, as America's weak and divided, than to take control and do what they have to do for themselves. China's doing the same thing, as I'll show you here in a couple other news feeds. China demands U.S. in hostile military operation near its borders. China's getting angry at what we're doing over there. One of our submarines allegedly ran into a mountain under the ocean, and its front end was destroyed in the South China Sea, which I kind of think is interesting. Of course, we all know that that's probably nonsense that they're feeding us because China probably hit that submarine. So, a lot of crazy stuff going on. And as for China, Brother Paul just told me that there had been banks that were hacked here. Here's the turn of the year, right? U.S. banks were hit. Credit cards and debit cards have been emptied. Certain banks around the country. So if you are hit, or if you don't know if you're hit, check your bank and make sure. Like I said before, prepare. Hard assets. Be ready. Because cash isn't always going to be there. It's just a Federal Reserve note. It is for debts, public and private. It is not real money. It is not hard assets. It is a fiat-based currency based off the strength of the economy. It's not anything that is going to save us. We know that our economy is not strong right now. It is weak. There's supply chain crisis going on right now. And like I said before, we have to be ready and prepared for this. I mean, war is coming, folks. Russian foreign minister levels new warning on Ukraine. See? This was also yesterday. So, they have talks. Biden said to Putin, he warned them against invading Ukraine because if they do, they'll have to deal with us. So we just openly invited our way into a war with the bear, with a superpower that has over 6,000 nuclear warheads. And they have been test firing hypersonic missiles like crazy lately, and so is China. And all of a sudden, we get news feeds saying, "Oh, well, guess what? America's working on a hypersonic missile satellite detection system that will be able to detect a hypersonic missile if it's launched. Will we be able to blow it out of the sky or stop it?" I mean, they can launch these things from their submarines off our coast, and we'd be wiped out. A city could be wiped out in a matter of less than a minute. Will we really be able to respond to that? Will we see it coming? So, definitely something to pay attention to, folks. Also, China harvests masses of data on Western targets, documents show. So, see, this right here is what Brother Paul has told me, and this has been ongoing. We are currently at war right now with China and Russia on the means of a cyber war. And this cyber war has been ongoing now for a while. And this is usually how war is fought now in the 21st century. It's asymmetric right now, okay? They're hitting us with cyber attacks, they're funneling in propaganda, they're dividing, they're attacking the monetary systems of the world. This is just the beginning stages of what is going to become a hot war, a conventional ground war. And the pieces have been being put in place now for the last few decades. Venezuela, Cuba, Mexico, Colombia, Canada, Kamchatka, Russia, Ukraine, Georgia, around those borders, China, down towards its border on the South China Sea closest to Taiwan. So all these things have been taking place. And just wanted to update you guys on this and just get you guys ready, I love you guys.